Whenever you're backing up, you have to look out of your window because these horrible drivers will definitely rear end you. We're going to be talking about the I-94 commute, horrible traffic. I'm going to be dealing with a lot of major crossroads, pedestrians, drivers being extremely aggressive. We're going to give you a perspective to help you understand. You need to use this guide to help you survive. Because when you're out here on the road, there's no real guide to prepare you for what you're going to see and how you're going to deal with traffic. I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm going to tell you the truth of what you see, and I'm not going to lie to you. So if you're a person who can't handle the truth, I suggest you leave now. If you want to learn to be a great defensive driver and make educated decisions, this is for you. The first thing you want to do, we're behind the stop line. This line keeps the cars behind the crosswalk. You can see the crosswalk in front of us where pedestrians are supposed to walk. But in this area of the country, pedestrians have got struck and killed. Several years ago to the right, over there in the median, a person got hit because they were crossing at night and a car did not see them. The driver was not charged, but what a sad way to lose your life. Now, we're beside this semi-truck, and I want to make sure that I'm in the outside lane, and if I'm not, I will definitely get sideswiped. Sideswipe and rear collisions are the most common types of accidents that you will see in this area. So we're going to take you through driving in the right lane, when is it okay, driving in the middle lane, when is it okay, and driving in the left lane. We got to take our time, plan our trip, and you'll see people running lights, such as that white truck. This is a double left turn. Believe it or not, a lot of drivers do not know how to navigate this lane. And if you go in the wrong lane, you're going to end up cutting off a car. We're going to slow into the curve. I've had a lot of adult and teen drivers basically hit signs. We want to look where we're going and take our time. Now we're going to start scanning this intersection before we even get here. Are there pedestrians? Are there people walking? Because mentally, we need to be prepared for whatever this horrible commute has for us. So we're going to pause again. The car's running lights. Build good habits. Our ramp to the expressway is coming up at the light down there. We need to go into this curve about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Then we want to have a third gear merge. If you don't know what a third gear merge is, you need to look at my content. So we're slowing down now. Merges are one of the most difficult things for all drivers, but particularly beginning drivers. Okay, this is a limited access lane. I don't know why this Ford is slowing down. They should be accelerating. We're at 47. They must be a beginning driver. And now I have 4 cars behind me. We are literally at 40 miles an hour. I don't know what's going on. Why are they going so slow? Now this scares me. Okay, this is gonna go horribly wrong. So I wanna start picking up speed, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get out to this lane. That was a horrible merge. That put me in danger. So I had to accelerate. And you never know what that driver is still holding traffic up. I'm not making this up. You saw it for yourself. So you want to try to be polite as possible, but get away from them. So I'm deciding to stay in the middle lane for now. I'm going to adjust my speed and pace, and I want to look ahead. I can see the left lane, the middle lane, and the right lane. They're getting over. So I'm asking myself, do I want to get over? And the answer is yes. So you want to see what this lane does. Now we're in the left lane. How can we tell? Thank you. We have the yellow line to our left. We're in the United States. We're we drive on the right side of the road. Now, we are in the left lane, we're passing cars, we're doing everything correct and legal. We can drive here. When there's enough room, I can choose to get back over, but if traffic is moving and I'm passing cars, I can stay here. Thank you, I really appreciate that. So there are 3 lanes. The speed limit is 75 miles an hour. Typically in this lane, you're going to be 75 to 77. The middle lane is going to be about 68 to about 73, 74. It's a really horrible merge, horrible lane change. And you can look at drivers. Are they young? Are they old? Do they have experience? And I'm not going to age discriminate, but I am going to age discriminate. If you're behind a young driver, wow, he had an incredible display. We can look at all lanes of traffic. For our particular use case, we're going to stay in the left lane. You can see all 3 lanes of traffic getting full. This reminds me of the I-94 door, because traffic is moving fast, but this I-80 is 5 lanes. This is 3. So I'm trying to manage good speed, identify what cars. That's a Tesla, so it could be on autopilot. We don't know. Looks like they bought it from a salvage. So what I'm going to do is make a lane change. My blinkers are on 4 blinks. I got over. And I'm going to maintain good speed and position. And I'm looking ahead. The left lane is really full. I don't want to be there right now. And then if you decide to go to the right lane, which is fine, you're going to have to deal with cars merging on, going slow. That's another horrible thing that's going to go wrong. That white car using no blinkers, that creates crash potential. So this is a wolf pack, not like the animal, oh, but a pack of cars. So I need to back off, lift my foot around the curve, because there've been a lot of reports on the I-94 corridor of cars smashing into this curve. And I'm lifting my foot. So there's a truck up there that is in the middle lane. They are holding up people. So I'm making a decision. Do I stay here? Do I go to the right? Don't want to go to the right. And I'm going to get back over to the left lane, which I can do legally. Don't hesitate. If you hesitate, you're going to have crash potential, side wipe, which is common. You don't have to believe me. You look it up yourself. You do research on the I-80 corridor, the types of accidents, rear-end collisions, side swipes, and now we see a sea of brake lights. We're going to hit our 4 ways because I don't want to be rear-ended. Because this alerts drivers of how fast and quick slowdowns. We want to see the rear of the tires, because in case, and you didn't see the minivan behind me, because I had on the 4 ways, they gave me an extra car length. So we are anticipating and being aware of cars cutting over from the middle to the left, from the left to the right. So you want to look ahead. I'm looking at this burgundy Ford. I'm scanning and using mirrors. I'm trying to keep my focus. Take my time and be patient, because there's nothing that I can do at all. I'm looking around the curve. I see cars slowing down. I'm squeezing my brake because I do not want to lose my following distance. This is a real life city grind, I-94 corridor grind to show you driver behavior. I like it because it's real life. Those sensors in that bumper have fallen out. You see those 4 holes in the bumper? Those are sensors when you back up. So this is why you need to rely on, when you're reversing, looking out your back window. Because sensors get covered up with dirt or snow. And I'm just trying to keep my space, be as patient as possible. Speed limit is 75, we're at 41 miles an hour. You need to stay calm, stay smooth. We're not in a race, because those drivers who are really aggressive, you're going to end up rear-ending a car. And then it's going to be your fault when the insurance rates rise for all of us. So you have to think of someone else besides yourself. That's a novel idea. But a lot of you don't, because you're trying to get to work, you're trying to drop off your child. The oldest person I taught to drive is 75 years old. It was a grandmother from Pasadena, California. No cap. She saw my video, she reached out, we taught her. And remember, a lot of people don't want to drive, don't know how to drive. In my current class right now, I have 2 27-year-olds. 27. Imagine that. Not learning how to drive until you're 27? Think about that. That means your mom and dad catered to you post-COVID, but we're not going to blame COVID. Corporate COVID made the country go horribly wrong. It changed all our lives. Companies lost money. We had to rethink everything. Education, corporate, okay, online jobs, and they're still out there. So I'm trying to keep space. This is stop and go traffic, but what I'm doing, I am not riding this Ford's rear bumper with no sensors. I'm gonna keep 1001, 1002, 1003. I'm about barely 3.2, 3.3 seconds of following distance. If you don't understand what this is, then you need to watch. Because if I don't have proper following distance, I will have a horrible rear-end collision. The black Chrysler 300 to my right, no blinker, tinted windows, 2 hazards. The youngest person I taught was almost 14. This was years ago. Their parents had cerebral palsy. They got a special permit. I taught them early in my career. It was incredible. So 14 years old and then 75. The speed limit is 75 miles an hour. We're at 44. Imagine if you were a young 20-something making 150K at a startup and you running late. You're going to cut everyone off because you have to be there because you have an acquisition that can get you 10 billion. So what you're going to do, you're going to pull over and have a virtual meeting in your car. It's true. Because OpenAI has a lot of mergers and acquisitions. You can look it up if you don't believe me. A lot of people riding on OpenAI. Well, I see an accident ahead. I also use AI to predict data of what these drivers are going to do, and you look at information. So we're still at 45, speed limit 70. There's an accident up there on the bridge. Cars are cutting off because we're getting to a road to take us out of the country, and drivers wait till the last second to get over. I'm trying to maintain a safe following distance. Yes, I could aggressively tailgate this Hyundai car, but I would have to slam brakes. Why would I put myself in this dangerous situation? You have to make a decision. Do you want to drive aggressive and try to get to work a minute or two earlier? Or do you want to arrive alive? Okay, this guy has stainless steel on his bumper. What the heck, man? So I'm going to pick up speed some, and I don't need to get to the middle lane. Let's do a real life exercise. I'm going to turn on my blinker. I'm going to get over to the middle lane. Now I'm going to get over one more lane. This is what some of you 20-year-olds would do. You would get up to speed and you would start cutting off cars. Okay, you're passing a lot of cars, but at what risk? Okay, I'm going to get over. And there's that burgundy Ford with the 4 sensors that do not work. So I'm in the middle lane. I'm really scanning left, middle, and right. I'm trying to stay out of the way of other cars. And my mindset has changed. I'm really scanning. I'm going too fast for the conditions. If someone pulls out, I'm going to rear end them. So I'm trying to show you what happens. Okay? This car is heading to the right. I don't know what they're doing. What the heck? Okay? And are they on the phone? Are they eating, getting dressed on a Zoom call? And if you look at it, I'm back to the same position I was. There's that Ford again. So I did all this for nothing. And that's a real life example of how the illusion of safety is created on the I-94 corridor. We're back at the same position again. I use all that gas, all that energy, all that aggressiveness to end up in the same spot again. So it's not really worth it. You need to examine driver behavior. And when you examine driver behavior, this can give you the elements of success and safety. Because each of us view the world differently. Some people view the world as, the world owes me everything. The world owes you nothing. Or I'm going to create something beautiful in the world and help people. I'd rather do that. What would you rather do? Have your hand out or create something to help people? I want to help people. That white car cut off the semi-truck, so I'm going to keep more room. And this curve is notorious for accidents, so I'm really trying to keep it. That white car just cut over. So I'm really trying to be smooth, lifting my foot, and I'm trying to be successful. I'm going to get over one lane to the right because I don't feel comfortable. See that car? That's how accidents happen. Okay, just drifting over. Imagine if I was accelerating and they just came over. That's a sideswipe accident. You have to have the courtesy to use a blinker because that indicates where you're going. And that small element of flipping up a lever lets drivers know what you're doing. And I'm trying to look ahead. I see traffic merging in from the right. I'm looking for blinkers. None. Very dangerous. So you can see the horrible drivers. And I'm not criticizing. I'm just simply saying, you decide. You're like, hey, this is not really important. Well, it's your car that's going to get smashed. It's your car that's going to have a sideswipe accident. It's your car that's going to get rear-ended. You just have to take that personal responsibility. And some of you will do this and some of you won't. I want to have a car that will last a long time. I want to have a good driving record. I want to have the lowest insurance possible based on your age, your race, where you live, how many miles you drive, your commute, your credit rating, and some other factors the insurance agent will not disclose. You can do your research, because I talk to agents, and they'll talk to me, but they won't talk on camera. I've tried to get them on, but they won't talk to you and tell you how they adjust rates up or down. I'm going to squeeze my brakes, and I want to come up real easy. I'm concerned about a rear-end collision because people are doing 85 and 90 on this ramp. And you don't need to focus, but you have to be aware of your elements around you. And this is true. You have to be aware of elements around you to help you be successful. And if I want you to be successful, I have to show you success. I have to show you real life. Like that car that didn't stop. And I'm not going to lie to you and take you on this journey and pretend. It's not perfect. People die, there are accidents. But you have to understand, why did this accident happen? Was it because of driver error? Most of the time it is. Road rage? Possibly. Inexperience? Definitely. Not seeing something running to them? Yes. Nothing is promised, and you have to create the best situation for your day. I always tell you this, and I need you to apply it. I'm really looking around. Not looking around scared, but looking around for an out or a car. And I really think that guy is watching TV. I'm not kidding. That guy is watching TV. This guy is watching a movie. I know you see this. That's crazy. Not Elantra. Watching a movie. I've seen everything. And this is a crossover. It goes over the bridge. And now we have to deal with another pain point. So I have to stop. And then I'm going to come up. See, no blinker. Accident. So what could have happened? That's how accidents happen. No blinker. How am I supposed to know what they're doing? You see this for yourself. I'm not making this up. And you're probably saying, well, who cares? Well, you walk and be a pedestrian. You drive your car. We're looking at behavior. We're putting statistics into our AI model. Here's my gap. Oh, my goodness. So you have to analyze the data for your area. Every data set is different. And we're going to look at some data sets where pedestrians are injured. We're going to look at data sets most likely to have accidents, because this data is compiled by Tesla. If you don't believe me, look it up. And we have to come to a complete stop. S-T-O-P. Now I'm going to make my turn. And we want to turn in the nearest lane. I'm looking and scanning, vision in the turn. And I'm going to turn slow. And go up really easy. And I don't want to hit the cone. Almost did. And you have to analyze what works for you. Everyone is different. But I need you to subscribe to the channel. I need you to smash the bell notification. And if this brought you value, punch that bell notification. We will do a live tutorial later around 10:30, 10:40, and we'll talk about some of the elements of driving. I need you to be safe out here.